Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus Sage. I just want to say a deep thank you and so much gratitude for all the new subscribers. Thank you to Eye of the Serpent Tarot for introducing my readings to your beautiful viewers. And I guess I should just give a little disclaimer about myself. This is a part of what I do. It's not the only thing that I do. I do have a different type of schedule than most people do. So even if you're looking at back on how I've posted in the past, sometimes it's every other day, sometimes it's been like 2 weeks in between. So just so you know, so if there's ever any type of random hiatus, know that it's not a disrespect and I appreciate you and love you. It's just probably something else that's happening in my personal life. Anyways, that being said, thank you again. I'm so grateful. So we have another pick a card, and today's pick a card, speaking on the topic of gratitude, is things or something to be grateful for that seemed, or seems like a block. So that's what we're looking at. We're going to look at what it is. We're going to look at how it translated. We're going to look at the major lesson as to the why, technically. We'll look into the tarot to figure out how to change the perspective, how to view it, how to move through the energy, and what you'll gain. And then we'll get some guidance for you at the end. Okay, my collective. So for pile 1, this is your choice. For pile 2, and for pile 3. Sorry if this annoyed anybody where it's not in alignment. Because obviously it's bothering me, so I'm going to fix it. So take a second, resonate with one of the piles, and I will see you at your choice. Welcome, my pile 1. Okay, let's spread out your cards first, and let's get into it. Okay, my collective of pile 1. The spread will make sense in a second. We're going to look into the tarot in a moment, and we're using Dancing in the Dark Tarot. So for this section over here with the tea leaf fortune cards, we're looking at what it is that happened that may have felt like a block. In whatever area of your life, we'll see what Spirit wants to bring up. So we have first, goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Bird flying, news is on the way. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. So I'm going to go for the first literal message that it's here on the board. It obviously feels like there was an increase in some sort of abundance in your life. Wealth is emphasized. It can also be spiritual growth, but I'm actually leaning more towards like wealth, money, an influx of some kind. And you had news of it coming your way, or I don't know, you're privy to it coming to you in some capacity, but then it didn't happen, or it was like less than what was said or negotiated or spoken about. Something got cut, like a corner got cut, or the actual number got cut down. If it does have to do with spiritual growth, same thing can apply. It can be some sort of like this opening up of a particular gift, or an influx of information, and you sort of get like, let's say for example, you do like massages. Let's just use massages for example, and you've been doing it for so long, and you know the body well, and you get this one particular customer that says like you injured them and you didn't know what you're doing. It's something like that. You're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You left here and you tipped me. Like, what are you saying right now? It's that kind of weird. There's a weird unknown spot. There's a blank spot, in other words, that I am not yet sure how this fully connects with my viewer. But that's not for me to know. It's for you. So let's see how this translated. Eternal union, new love is forming. Oh man. I feel like a heavy disappointment. It feels like a buildup of your emotions, energy, excitement for this thing to come in, and then it just doesn't. Oh man, they're giving me that, like, the story of separated families that one of the parents is absent-minded or always breaks their promises. Like, that's the energy. They're showing me the scene of a kid waiting on the front stoop, waiting for one of their parents to come pick them up, and they just never show up. It's that kind of feeling. Oh my god, that hurts. Ugh. So for this Eternal Union card, this new love is forming. It's talking about strengthening relationships. So how it translated is either you understanding what kind of love or union or companionship or compatibility that you are now needing or seeking. It's encouraging you to actively really listen to people, those you despise and those who you may view as your enemies. There's an opening of an understanding within self, of not wanting to be taken advantage in the same way again. Ever. It's about challenging your structured belief. That's what it was. It's about, like, character. It's not character development. It's like how characters develop in your life and what roles they play. You know, like how their soul connection to you translates into lessons and understanding of oneself, a deeper love within oneself, or a deeper understanding of what one views as love, and knowing like that true love is limitless. So try not to allow yourself to get jaded. So what I'm feeling here is how it's translating here is an understanding of people, of behaviors, of characters, knowing who to trust, not to put all your eggs in one basket in particular instances, learning how to attract meaningful relationships. That's how it's translating. Then we're going into this section over here, excuse me, which is the point of the lesson, the reason behind the lesson. This card over here is from the Ancestral Oracle of the Celts, and this is the archetype deck. This was Sacred Spirits, just in case you want to know. Oh, nice. Lady of Love. This card mainly asks you, what are your responsibilities in the matter? And on what can you trust now? Knowing what you've learned, experiencing what you've experienced. What resources have you not used yet? Who is the one needing to give? Who wants to receive? What brings in relief? Who is taking your good without any return? Renewing even as you give. Yeah, the fulfillment and harvest of what love means to you. That's beautiful. And it also asks for you to think about who is benefiting from what you lack, or what's lacking from you, or what's being taken, you know, who's benefiting. Interesting, there's a lot here about love, lessons, behavioral trust, that kind of stuff. The archetype. Yeah, point of your lesson. Okay, we have the warrior in the shadow attribute. It says, wow. Excuse me. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. This is what you've learned, man. That's the point. You had to go through this, like, unethical, indifferent egoism, you know, this energy in some respect. Like I said, my initial feeling still is leaning towards a lot of financial stuff, but this is very heavy on the love relationships dynamic. So I really do feel like majority it has to do with love. But depending on how you view love, maybe that's what it is for the people or the person that this might be referencing is that it was so much of a transactional thing. It was like, it literally was that business negotiation, you know, and then it didn't end up, I don't know, there's something that just did not come to fruition, hence the block, right? So why are we grateful for this? Why should we be grateful for all of this? Let's check with the tarot. Okay, so first we have the Ace of Swords. Excuse me, the Ace of Swords. How to change the perspective. It's looking at it clearly, which is what I think you're doing. Seeing it clearly. Trusting the words and actions of people, or knowing when to, trust the words and actions of people. Listening to the emotions behind the words is what they just said. How to view it. You have the Five of Cups. To not continue to look back on the past, on where the wrongs were done, and look into the future of learning the lesson, of no longer repeating this lesson. This particular Five of Cups gives me more of a feeling of like a goodbye. It doesn't feel, you know, goodbyes aren't always just happy, you know, like even when it's a joyful experience. I'm sure all of you parents can relate to that, you know, when your kid goes off to school, like that separation for a little bit, even though they're coming back, like it's still sad in some way, you know, like a changing of a phase. It's like saying goodbye to this old version, or the old connections, or the old people, the old way, the old way, the old way. Emotionally evolved. Love that. Okay, so let's see how to move through these energies. You have Eight of Pentacles. Keep working at you, is what I just heard. Keep working at what you've learned, what you've discovered about yourself. The shadow self is included. About to step into that light attribute of the warrior with this King of Wands over here. Sturdy, grounded, passionate, know where one's going, knows one's power, and knows how to use it, is what I heard. No need for manipulations. Ooh, that's lovely and yummy. What you will gain, what you will understand. Beautiful. The Four of Cups in the reverse. No longer missing opportunities that are good for me. Recognizing the three lessons, again, these Three of Cups, the three lessons that I have learned. No longer looking back on my past. Taking the opportunity that has come from this particular blockage. Grateful for this understanding that I won't need to repeat this because I see now. I'm looking clearer. I'm seeing the truth. Love that. What else will you gain? That's an extra message underneath here. Friendships. Proper friendships. Yes. Bring to me friendships true. Sharing laughter, understanding too. Yes. Friendships true, understanding. Laughter, like good companions. I love that. Sorry, that's not really in frame, is it? I'll put this over here. I love that. Okay, my beautiful collective. Let's get your closing messages here. Guidance for you from Spirit. Oh, I was gonna say, do I take 3 or 4? And 2 popped up. So 4 it is. So I think this one was the first one that popped out. I'll show it to you and then I'll read it to you. I'll just read it to you. If you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, whether it is in a relationship, a job, or just a situation, ask yourself, what is stopping me from leaving? Yes, leaving is scary, but sometimes it is the right step to take. Be brave. We are right beside you. Ooh, that's this. This energy over here is what I'm feeling. Then we had, if you find yourself constantly seeing reoccurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen. Maybe this is the 3s in particular. Let's see if there's any repeating numbers. Visually, there's 4s, but we have double 5s here in particular. another 5 here, but 6, 5. I think it's 5 for you in particular for this group, but again, 3 or 5s, that's the energy that I'm getting. I'll put that over here. Then we have, just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. All of this here. Oh, maybe it's here. Just be patient with that 8 of Pentacles. Trust the process of what's happening, you know, the lesson being shown or given or taught to you. In relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is consistency. Every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you are giving them permission to hurt you again. You deserve better. Let me just put that up close for you, my lovelies, and you pause that and keep that for life. Boom. That's it. What a way to close it off, Spirit. Brava. I love it. Oh, my collective of pile 1, I hope that was helpful for you. Sending you so much love. Please like, subscribe, share. I appreciate all of it. I would love to hear your story of how this resonates. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my pal 2. I'm giggling because I was looking to focus on the camera and I started tapping tapping the table instead of the screen. Anyways, let's get into your spread. Okay, my beautiful pal 2s. The tea leaf cards are going to tell us what it is, like what the actual scenario was, possibly, or what area of your life it may have been in, or be in. It does feel like these are going to be past energies, just an FYI. This is going to be how that translated. This energy is going to be the reason behind the lesson, or the point of the lesson. And this will be a part of the gains when we get into the tarot. So let's see what Spirit wants to address. Young woman, dealings or relationships with a young woman. Relationship. Rose, romance is in the air. Ooh. Horseshoe, good luck. Okay, well this seems really good. You know what I'm getting? Possibly my viewer. The blockage came from this younger woman. Like it almost feels like a self-sabotage from whoever this younger woman is being symbolized as for you in your life. In the sense of like I don't know if I just said that, self-sabotage. It's like the romance was in the air, it was felt. It was like sort of like a serendipitous interaction or meeting, and the person either didn't follow through, shied away, ran away, or pretended like it was nothing. It's like it didn't matter. That's the first energy I'm getting. I'm also getting that the thing to be grateful for can be this younger woman that has brought in some romance and some luck into your life, switched it up, gave the energy and revamped the energy is the word I was looking for. Freshened it up, livened it up, sweetened it up, all of that. So I'm not sure which spectrum that you might be sitting on when it comes to those messages. Let's see how it translated. Living light energy, see the beauty in life. Okay, so I definitely feel more now that it came, this person came in to bring in this light for you, this luck, this romance, this love, this lightness in the air is really what I'm getting. Oh, besides this, like living light energy, but there's like a light airiness to this whole vibe. They can be an air sign also. It feels like it translated in a change of attitude of viewing like the world a little bit more playfully, of seeing the life and the beauty in everything. Allowing you to step into nature more, possibly too, because they're really bringing up the flower emphasis here and this tree. Maybe this person was a lot more nature connected, like crystals, minerals, earth, plants, and they're bringing more of that energy into your life also. How is this a blockage though, Spirit? How did this block? Oh, they said they'll get into it. Settle down. Okay, give me a second. I'm also getting that there was an actual ascension and transformation in your body. In your light body in particular. Yeah, a feeling of oneness is what I'm getting. Yeah, it was like there's sort of this unification of your heart, mind, and spirit. Heart, mind, and body. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so the point of the lesson here. Let's see. Maybe it'll give me some more information. The lad. This is from the, give me a second, the Ancestral Oracle of the Celts deck. The lad is similar to the Fool's energy. So again, feeling like a new beginning, a new start in something, like a freshness. And you can see how this, can you see that? You can see how this lad here is reaching for this ball here. I feel like it's like that spark, whatever that inspiration, whatever it is that you're reaching for, searching after. You know, it's within whatever has just, or has transpired, or will transpire. And it does talk about somebody offering up an opportunity to be ready to like utilize your power in some way, or to bring it up to the surface. It's almost like not that it's needed, but it feels like a validation within self because of this connection. Like indirectly because of the connection, or directly because of, who knows. But it feels like a gaining of confidence, or of comfortability, of home, of beauty in oneself. You know, it's like if you've never been in love, I highly recommend it. It's not an easy thing to go through, but I highly recommend it. And you go through these, all of us have our own insecurities, our own things that we don't like about ourselves physically or character-wise, you know, and some of the physical traits or physical things that you might, you know, want to shy away from being seen. When you find somebody who really loves you and they love all of you, all of that doesn't become a thing anymore. You're not so insecure about it. Just because of this person that you love loves all parts of you, it becomes less of a thing. You're less bothered. Speaking from experience, you know, so there's a lot of that energy that's encompassed in the point of the lesson, you know. It's about keeping interest, about learning, about newness. That's the point. Okay, let's see the archetype. Okay, we have the Judge in reverse, or the shadow side. It says, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. I feel like the offering only destructive criticism was to yourself. Why they probably brought up those insecurities in oneself, or the perceptions of inadequacy in oneself. The misusing of your own authority. Being your own criminal, the criminal against yourself. Like it's like your judgment was off when it came to you. And like I said, somehow this connection has balanced out this for you in some respect of recognizing what you are, what you have to value, your worth in some way. So it feels like for you, my pal, too, you were already in a blockage, and maybe the hesitancy to engage in this was what it was, and the blessing of you immersing yourself in it, or the advice now being asking you to immerse yourself in it. It brings this beautiful sense of oneness within self, understanding, sovereignty, love, recognition of one's own beauty, and the potential for more of what you seek, more loyalty, more fairness, more love. Okay, let's get into the tarot and let's see how their perspective has changed, or how to view it, how to move through the energy or continue moving through it, and what to be gained. and understood. Okay, so for the how to change the perspective, we have the Knight of Swords here. And again, this is talking about thoughts, right? It's about how we viewed ourselves once in the past, or how we looked at ourselves, seeing that truly, or believing truly, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and there is somebody who is beholden by you. This is what I'm feeling. How to view it is in this new plan, this new direction to move, this new idea of self, the action steps within the new thoughts, you know, like how you move now because you think differently, because your confidence is boosted, because you feel connected, because you feel this romance and this lightness and beauty in life, this newness for life. No longer misusing my own authority within myself. How to move through these energies, you have the Ace of Swords. Clarity of thought, truth, understanding, insight. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're saying to clearly, don't forget, to clearly always review and look at your emotions on how you're feeling. Because it does feel like every once in a while you're going to have to recheck yourself when it comes to these negative tendencies of self-talk. And that might end up playing a role or a contender in some of the underlying disputes that may happen between you and this person or people or your connections, because it's stemming from an insecurity as opposed to what's actually happening. Interesting. That's for someone in particular, so be mindful of that. Stick with the facts. The fact of this person genuinely loving you. That's what I feel. And then what's to be gained, what's to be understood. 2 came out. They're asking me to show you the Nine of Swords first. Oops. And then you have the Hermit. Oh, okay. Just leave it. The Hermit. So what I heard is an understanding of one's own thoughts first. That's the reason why they wanted me to put the Nine of Swords first. It's getting out of your head and understanding the depth of how far this may have gone in for you. Like how deep this sat for you in your life. About how long you've been talking to yourself this way. How you've been programmed in a certain way. Now being able to really look inside oneself and see oneself again. This person definitely feels like a catalyst for you to see yourself clearly. Like really clearly. And understand all that is you. All that is you. That's freaking awesome. Alright, what else are you gaining? Understanding. We have nice prosperity. As the tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. That's it. Prosper in self, prosper in understanding, prosper in love. Growing it strong, true, and fine. Yeah, it's again this abundance of this beautiful growth. I love it. All right, my collective of pile 2, let's get some guidance for you. We're going to get 4 of these cards. And I'm going to place them where they seem the most fitting when it comes to the energies in your read. Okay, well, 5 came out for you, lucky ducks. Okay, I think it was this way. I'll just read it to you, excuse me. If you want to be more successful in life, your priority should be to focus your mindset on all that you want to attract in your life. Trust that more is happening than what you can see. Many forces are at work in your favor. Allow them to help you. Allow them to help you. I feel like it's in this energy here. Then it says, when you continue to reminisce, replay, or hold on to what could have been, you continue to hold yourself in place of resistance. Let what was inspire a new way of living, but don't allow it to limit you. Be determined don't allow it to limit and determine what can be. This right here, all of that. Let's go this way. It says, the journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. So I still feel like it's in this area too. So if this hasn't fully happened yet, the energies that I speak of, I feel like this is a very good possibility of what to semi-expect in the coming months. It says, a chapter in your life is coming to an end. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in the next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of your control and move forward. There is more beautiful things ahead than anything you leave behind. Here. And last one says, when the world feels like it's crashing down around you, take that as an opportunity to find yourself and let go of who you thought you were. It's all of this right here. There's a heavy saturation in this energy of the point of the lesson. Not all storms come to destroy your life. Some come to clear your path. Decide that this crisis will be the turning point that you have been waiting for. It's all in here for me, loves. That's what I feel, or in here, this understanding, you know, like however you want to see it or play it. This was beautiful, my collective of pile 2. I hope that was helpful. Sorry that everything's squished up. I just want to leave some space for my hands. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Please like, subscribe, share your story with me. I would love to read about it. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my pile 3. All right, let's get into your messages. Let's spread out your cards. All right, beauties. For the tea leaf cards over here, this is going to be what it is, like what the situation was, maybe what area of your life that Spirit wants to bring our attention to. The moon, changes in your life. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Guaranteed success. What a contradiction. What I heard first of all was changes to your life that was unsuccessful, but the success was guaranteed. It's similar to pile 2 in a different area entirely, but similar energy as to how the blockage sort of came up. Or pile 1, was it? Pile 1. It was similar to pile 1, excuse me, not pile 2, pile 1. I also do feel like whatever unsuccessful outcome to this problem was the change in your life. And I feel like it was like a guaranteed success. It was almost like very minimal risk, very minimal doubt that this was supposed to go through, and it just didn't, is the energy that I'm feeling. If I wanted to be a little bit more optimistic, it can be because of this particular problem. This has brought about the change, and because of this change, success is now guaranteed in whatever it is you're moving into. That is still also a possibility, you're just not getting that heavily at the moment. Let's see how this translated. Between worlds, new direction. So I'm still getting both. But they are leaning me more towards my latter description of this particular problem, this broken bridge being the change that happened in your life. And because of that, success is now guaranteed because the problems have already been had, so to speak. The reason why they bring me back to the star energy, to that process, is because of the colors in particular. And they brought me to the Finding Nemo turtles. And I can't remember their names. I haven't watched that in so very long, but that easy flow of them understanding the currents of their environment, you know, and moving and flowing through the riptides, the influx of predators or vice versa, you know. It's just like understanding the environment, this between worlds energy. Also, again, being in between worlds because of this particular change in your life, because of this particular unsuccessful situation that ended up somewhat in bridges being broken. It's definitely leading into a bigger like life transition. And I do feel like that's sort of what kept you or made you feel blocked, is that changes in your life, this particular problem. Don't know how to make a decision, caught between a rock and a hard place. But the turtle, this between worlds, is to remind you that everything happens at the right time. And also says try to wait too long to avoid not seizing opportunities. You know, and I think that's where this particular problem has pushed to this change in your life, so that you can have a guaranteed success in whichever way you're choosing to move forward now, based on this lesson, based on this blockage, based on this new information, this new understanding. Pay attention to where you're directing your energy and your thoughts. Be patient and assertive. This could be also a new change in career path specifically for you. Yeah, learning how to trust the process of life. This is how it's translating. Feeling stuck in between worlds, but it's leading you to where you want to go, which is that guaranteed success. It's asking you to surrender. Let your spirit wander and drift. And let that literally be what finds your direction. Just flow. Also paying attention to life cycles, patterns of self. That's pretty cool. Okay, so it looks like that's what it's to be grateful for, right? Is this leading you, this unfortunate situation leading you into where you actually want to be. It was the push needed, is what they just said. Interesting. Okay, so from the ancient oracles of the Celts, what do we got? Nice. The Initiator. Yeah, this is the point of the lesson, these two cards coming up. Alchemy, manifesting, initiating thought into form. Alchemy. It also talks about, that you can only initiate this next phase in your life. Like you're the one that has to step through, so to speak. And like whatever seems dormant that's what they're addressing. Like if you feel stuck, you're the one that has to make that step to move. Like our involvement, so to speak, on the push, in a sense, has already been had. Now you have to take the momentum, go with that flow, use that push. Yeah, there's a lot about moving, shifting, jobs, careers, environments, people. It's about potential growth and the potential of you. Initiating yourself into that great guaranteed success, and she's looking right at it. It feels like that's what she's manifesting as it goes up into that star energy. It's so pretty. Confront your challenges and confront yourself. Beautiful. Okay, let's see the archetype card. The Lover. Wow. A lot of root chakra energy for you. More so than the sacral. Light attributes: great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I think it's an appreciation of what this particular lesson may have taught you. I don't necessarily think you're there now, but I think that it's coming. I feel like it's also finding the love back within self. Knowing that how much power you actually do have, and this being the change in your life that you needed. Grateful for this experience. I'm also hearing humbled by the lesson. They're asking me to read the last line of this, and they're talking about part of this broken bridge here had to do with self-destructive devotion. And it could be the environment, the organization, the person, the people, you know, this needing this sort of like cult-like following, you know, and there being a little room for other. That's something that they just brought up, so that might be applicable for some. They're also saying the point of this lesson also is to find the love in your own power and taking the first step. You being the initiator of what you desire. They said no longer being on the coattails of someone else. It is time. Don't know who that's for, but that's for someone in particular. It's like an interrupting feed. Okay, let us get some tarot to see how to change your perspective, how to view it, how to move through it, what will be gained, what will be understood. Okay. How to change the perspective. Nine of Wands. Okay, so the Nine of Wands for me has a couple of meanings. The strongest meaning for me always is finish what you start. That's usually the first energy I get. It's also talking about taking a break or a rest and looking at what you've already accomplished so that you can get past or get through to the next leg and complete it. You're almost at the end of this particular cycle. Maybe they're referencing on how to change it is like how to change your perspective is it's something about integrity that they're trying to bring up, but that I'm not quite grasping yet. It's like maintaining your integrity even though the people or things around you might be crumbling or acting shady. You do not need to participate in that behavior for you still to end amicably on your end, even though it's a broken bridge. No need to add salt to the wound. Also, talking about finish what you start, meaning the initiation. This disruption was an ask spiritually of you for something to change in your life, consciously or subconsciously, or else it wouldn't be here, or spirit wouldn't have intervened in some way in my perspective. And that interference or that divine intervention is this energy here, this lover of self, the initiator of your own life, taking on that alchemical process to transform into this guaranteed success because of past experiences, because of this idle phase in the void. You know, and how to view it, you have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. It made me stop for a second when I was thinking about this. Excuse me, when the card popped out, as I was thinking about this, it brought to me like what connections, when they're really done well, can do, and what they can create and what they can produce. It also makes me feel that there is a sense of some of your independence being taken away, and that can be monetarily, because this could again deal with a job corporation where you thought you may have gotten it, or you got fired or relieved or something like that. That's a good possibility too. But they're saying how to view it is with the connections of people, to connect with better people or well-grounded people is what they're saying, for you to understand and own your own power, your responsibilities, what you're capable of, and how you want your environment to grow and to be moving forward, period, as this change in your life is unfolding. And how you're moving through these energies. You have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, ready to venture forward into a new direction, into a new path, into this guaranteed success, leaving and learning from these emotional experiences and stepping into that Nine of Cups energy of wish fulfillment in self, in environment, in work, in love. And what you gain here is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And that's like undying truth somewhat, you know, kind of ruthless in the sense of knowing one's worth, knowing the value of what matters, what's true. You can, and also understanding when to use this shadow side of the Queen of Swords. You know, that cutthroat, ruthless, no nonsense bullshit stuff, you know, like she's all about that in the reverse. Cutting, you know, but if this is what you're gaining and understanding, it can be about the perspective of people, of how this bridge got broken, understanding that, knowing when to walk away from those energies. It also can be about gaining and understanding that perspective within oneself and knowing when to use that particular attribute or archetype when you might come up against a particular type of unfair adversity. All right, what else will you gain? Passion. Wow. Passion. Passion, rise up high. Inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Yeah, inflame your purpose. That's what I'm feeling. The passion for where you're heading, where you're going, the life you want to live, your desires, how you want to manifest, how you want to connect, the better connections, better friendship, tangible, real, grounded people. Clear, cutthroat about that, no longer yielding for anything less. Nice. I like it. Okay, let's get your closing messages, my beautiful collective. We're going to take... I'm so sorry. Pile 3. Side note, there is a heavy emphasis on love also. I'm getting a lot of corporate stuff. It doesn't mean that this is not also that, but I'm getting a lot of heaviness and understanding about connections in general. There is a heavy connection to pile 1. So if you do feel inclined or you're toggling between the two, there may be messages in there for you also. All right, now let's get into your guidance. All right, we're going to take 4 guidance cards for you, my loves. And that's that. First one out, oopsie, was... Sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. Ooh. Ooh, and that might be finish what you start, you know? Leave behind all that has been weighing you down for so long and reach for the opportunities that are waiting for you. I promise you, you will not regret it. That is this right here. When you go through tough times, it's important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for that, for all that you already have. Be kinder to yourself. Be thankful for what you already have. I think this is here. And next one, try not to dwell on the past or spend too much time worrying about the future. All it does is steal your joy and sense of inner peace. Concentrate on the here and now and enjoy every moment for what it is. You are creating new memories. This is this right here. And last one, it's never too late to start over. Yes, you have to trust in the magic of new beginnings. They are waiting for you. Notice them, seize them, and appreciate all that you have. Just relax and trust. I don't even know where this would be. I feel like it's here. All of this is all here. Relax and trust. Let it be. Move into this energy. Better connections. Let go of this broken bridge. Just take what you need to take from this reflection time. You know? Oh, my collective of pile 3. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, share. Let me know how it resonated for you. I am sending you the most amount of love. I'm so grateful for you being here. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao.